This is the 2021 Road Glide Limited, the ultimate touring bike. It's got heated grips so you can ride in sub-zero temperatures. It's got liquid-cooled heads to avoid any third-degree burns between your legs, and a full tour pack so you can fit all of your wife's belongings and maybe a couple of your own as well. It used to be an option for people with poor taste in front fairings. Now it's a contender to ride from LA to New York with no issues at all. Stay tuned, we're going to talk all about this bike coming up. All right, test ride and review on the 2021 Road Glide Limited. This one is in Gauntlet Gray. Got my passenger in the back, that's Alexis. The parking garage we were filming B-roll in was a COVID vaccination location, so that's what we're dealing with right now. Low speed maneuverability with a passenger is still pretty good. The bike definitely has quite a bit of weight to it, but that's expected. It's a 900 and something pound motorcycle. They started doing the Road Glide Limited in 2020. It was the first year they did it. Before that was the Road Glide Ultra. You can also get it either the chrome package, the blacked out package, just like the Street Glide and Road Glide Special. They didn't change the center gas cap. The center gas cap is still how it's been since they redesigned it in 2014. So same situation there. Plenty of power with the 114, even for this much weight, over 900 pounds. 6-gallon tank. This one does have RDRS. It's an option, but most of them come with RDRS anyways. It's difficult coming to a stop with a passenger. I don't usually ride with a passenger. Duck nose fairing offers a ton of wind coverage, keeps you protected, but on the Limited, you've got the lowers, the liquid cooled lowers, so that offers quite a bit of wind protection as well. There's really a taller windshield on the Road Glide Limited versus the Road Glide Special or the Road Glide Standard. There's really no buffeting at all. Alexis isn't getting much wind back there either. Talked to her earlier about it. 114 motor, plenty of power for this thing. This guy's getting over. I'm in 6th. I'm gonna roll into it. Plenty of passing power. This thing is smooth. The dual bending valve front suspension. You've got the dual coilovers in the back. This thing is extremely smooth. It handles the road extremely well. If there was a bike that I wanted to put some serious miles on, it would definitely be a Road Glide Limited. Got the GTS, Boom GTS system, TFT screen, touchscreen navigation, Bluetooth, all the goodies. This one has the RDRS, so it's going to have the hill start assist. It'll have traction control, corner enhanced traction control, ABS, corner enhanced ABS, drag torque slip control, corner enhanced drag torque slip control, tire pressure monitoring system, hill start assist. Actually keep the bike quite a bit cooler than the standard Milwaukee 8 114, like on the Special, the Road Glide Special, the Street Glide Special. You can really notice a difference. It's gonna be really comfortable for her back there because the lower speeds, the heat's just coming up straight to her. It's got floorboards for the passenger. Extremely comfortable seat for the passenger. You've got a more plush touring seat. You've got the tour pack as well back there. Plenty of support for her lower back. I love the feeling of this bike. So cruise control comes standard. I've got my hazards over here on the right, signal indicators on both sides. I can use the touchscreen and all the controls from the GTS from my hand control. So I never actually have to touch the touchscreen if I don't want to. Plenty of room from the rider to the navigation screen, so it's a little bit further out than on the Street Glide or the Ultra Limited. So I'm sitting straight up and down right now. I've got plenty of back support from the stock seat. Puts you in a really good riding position. So the bars come up nice and comfortable. I'm not reaching forward for them. I'm not leaning back. My knees are bent at a 90-degree angle. The floorboards are extremely comfortable. And even with a passenger and luggage, I've got all my camera gear in the Tourer pack. There's not an issue with power. I got plenty of power in every gear. It's the Milwaukee 8. It just wants to grunt down low. It's not really much of a screamer like the twin cam was. So this thing, if you're around 1800 RPMs, the Milwaukee 8's got power. There's not an issue with it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the cockpit. So from the rider's perspective, what you're seeing, what you're feeling, what you're going through. So the first thing you're going to notice is the GTS navigation. So this screen was redesigned in 2019. I've talked about it a few times. Multi-touch, TFT. You've got your GPS that's now multi-touch. You can pinch it to zoom. You can back out. You can maneuver it all around. You can point and go. You've got Bluetooth as always. 4 times the processing power, 4 times the memory. It boots up very quickly. Whereas typically you'd be waiting for the navigation to boot up. I just hit the button and it's gonna wait for a second. Now it's up. But I didn't wait 30 seconds for it, I waited maybe 5. So just like I was talking about, you can move it around, pinch to zoom, zoom in, zoom out. It's very nice. Good touch to it, good feel. This is all plastic right here, the inner fairing, but it feels nice. It feels solid. There's not a lot of stuff moving around and squeaking. This is a little flimsy, but that's just a thin piece of plastic. It's not too bad. The next thing you'll notice, other than the static that I've got going on right here, is plastic. Feels good though. You've got plenty of storage on this side. The right side, you've got your USB cable. Plug your phone in, plug in a USB device if you wanted to use your music from there. I don't know who actually still uses those, but I would just use Bluetooth. You've got a compartment on the left side. A little less storage on this side for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, you got a lot less storage on this side for some reason. Enough to fit a phone, unless you've got the plus size phones. Our heated grip system gets extremely warm. If you put it on, it's got settings from 1 to 6. If you put it on 6, it'll actually burn your hands, it's hot. But if you're wearing a thick pair of gloves, you might not feel it as well. I think you benefit more from hand guards, assuming you put on some taller bars, but you've also got the clutch. So our clutch is Harley's clutch, not my clutch. Harley's clutch now is a cable clutch versus the hydraulic clutch. I've talked about this in previous videos. I'm a big fan of the hydraulic clutch because it's very predictable and it lets out up top. The benefit to the cable clutch is you can adjust where it lets out. If you want it to let out way down low, you can do that. If you want it to let out way up top, you can do that as well. Another big benefit is obviously all the limiteds since 2014, even before that, came with your pin connector here for your headset module. You've got one for the passenger as well back here. Connects nicely. Rear floorboards for the passenger. You've got full-size floorboards. You've got these little vents that open up right here. So if you want to let some more into the motor or close it off and prevent any kind of wind coming up to you, you can do that as well. You've got your vent up top right here. That thing opens up pretty easily. Sometimes it's kind of chintzy. It might get stuck. That's why they removed these vents right here. So down in the center, you've got these 2 vents right here. Back in 2020, they removed those vents, so you can no longer actually open those up. Along the front side, the vents run on the sides of the headlights. It looks real clean, it looks real nice. And this is the 114 cubic inch Milwaukee 8 motor. So 4 valves per cylinder. You've got 1 cam, very few moving parts on the inside of it. This motor rips. It moves this bike plenty fast. This thing can actually get up and get it. As I did in the test ride video, if you haven't seen it yet, if I edit it in later, however it goes, you'll see that this bike picks up pretty good from about 1500 RPMs with no stuttering, no issues, no lag. It just gets up and goes. The 6-speed transmission with the 11-plate slip and assist clutch is extremely smooth. I love that thing, how it downshifts. The drag torque slip control prevents you from getting any traction loss, getting into a corner or coming out of a corner with the traction control. This thing has 4.7 cubic feet of storage in the rear compartment and the saddlebag, so you can fit literally everything. You've got a 12-volt charging port in the back. Speakers are amazing. The passenger can hear them just fine as long as you're not doing 120 miles per hour. The bike just looks badass. The bike looks cool. It makes a touring bike actually look pretty cool. I love how the front end looks. I love the creases coming down here, another crease here. There's another crease up here leading into the front vent. The Limited logo on the front fender looks awesome, as well as the tank. The Gauntlet Gray with the blacked out package looks amazing as well. I think the lowers look good, the way they put this little curl on the lip right here. The way the lights run across the back looks amazing. Looks very smooth and slick. You got your center light right here. I don't like these gaps right here very much, but you can put on those gap filling lights as well to take care of that. I love how the exhaust comes out. You've got this cool little Harley Davidson logo, the bar and shield logo on the back fender. You're dealing with the Harley Davidson Slicer 2 wheels, front and rear. You've got an 18-inch front wheel on the front of this thing. You've got dual disc brakes, amazing braking system, Showa, dual bending valve front suspension. It stops you extremely quickly. The bike handles really well going into corners. It handles well at low speeds. The bike is amazing all around. The passenger's perspective, this is a really comfortable seat. Like I could ride back here. This is very comfortable. You've got plenty of space, even for a bigger person. You got these little armrests you can rest your elbows on. The speakers are right here. You can hear them just fine. You've got these controls down here, so if I wanted to change the radio station or turn the volume up, I can do that from back here. All right, guys, please remember, like, subscribe, comment, share it, all that good stuff. If you comment, make sure you tell me what you like, what you don't like. That's how we got to this video right here. You guys made some suggestions. I'm gonna be uploading every Friday instead of Wednesday from now on, so if you do subscribe, click the bell icon so you get updated whenever I drop the videos.